I would like to introduce you to Senate Bill 3771 and H.R. 3199. The Pay Our Correctional Officers Fairly Act would increase locality pay rates for employees of the Bureau of Prisons located 200 miles from an established federal locality pay area. This bill would address the staffing and retention problems facing numerous BOP facilities by allowing for competitive pay that better reflects cost of living, commute times, alternative careers, and the hard work and dedication of BOP employees. BOP correctional officer staffing is in crisis. Over the past 4 years, President Trump and President Biden pushed Congress to authorize and fund 20,466 officers. Congress allocated the funding, but the BOP failed to meet the president's goals. The shortage of correctional officers has grown each year. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects a 7% decline in correctional officers by 2032. Understaffed prisons and overworked employees have created increasingly dangerous work environments. The Bureau of Prisons relies on augmentation in an attempt to fully staff facilities. Under this policy, they use cooks, teachers, and nurses to guard inmates. This poor stopgap pulls employees away from their usual duties and limits the time they have to perform their regular duties. Inmates are negatively impacted because there are not enough staff to supervise them, forcing prisons to scale back activities such as visitations, recreational time, and academic enrichment opportunities. BOP employees are generally paid on the general schedule pay scale, with slight pay modifications for correctional officers. Locality raises are determined by comparisons of local private sector salary rates, not by cost of living. An individual's rate is based on where he or she works, not where he or she lives. Places located outside of these locality pay areas are compensated on a lower rest of U.S. pay scale. The difference between these two pay systems is significant. A GS-5 correctional officer in Houston, Texas, would receive $7,172 more per year than a GS-5 officer in Beaumont, Texas, yet they work only 85 miles apart. Private sector comparable pay fails to take into account true cost of living, commute times, and the unique stressors of prison work. Many BOP facilities classified as RUS are located within 200 miles of the nearest locality pay, meaning that these facilities are near enough to areas with higher cost of living, yet are unable to provide their workforce with wages that take into consideration cost of living and competitive pay opportunities located in comparable professional fields. Prison officers face a unique kind of danger, and it is imperative we provide them with every tool and authorization necessary to protect their lives and well-being, Congressman Cartwright said. Sadly, we have lost too many good officers, and the tragic loss of Eric Williams still weighs heavy on our hearts. This bill would address the U.S. Federal Bureau of Prisons staffing and retention issues by increasing locality pay rates for employees located within 200 miles of an established federal locality pay area. This will increase the salary of such BOP employees, improving recruitment and retention of new and veteran BOP employees in these difficult-to-staff facilities. This bill is endorsed by the National Fraternal Order of Police and the American Federation of Government Employees and Voices of Joe.